SAS is still alive and well, y'all. It is still happening, and if you can't tell by the giant Billy back here, I have an awesome haul to share with you. Let me be transparent, this is not technically my haul. I didn't physically go into the store to buy these. However, I was in Michigan on the phone with the hubs, and he was looking at the shelf, reading off what was available, and I was like, yep, get that one, yep, get that one, yep, get that one. This was one of our stores that normally has quite a large stock of 75% off candles, and they had a pretty good supply, and I want to share with you what he found. There's also more candles. It's actually two hauls he did on the same day from another store that doesn't normally have a great selection, that had a decent selection, so we were a bit surprised. So technically Jason put these in the bag, but I told him to do it. He gets his receipts emailed, so I'm just going to be looking at this to make sure that I'm giving you the right price points. I think everything was, yeah, everything he got from the store was 75% off. So let's get into what I had him pick up. I have been looking for this one. If you all watched my wish list video that I did before SAS started, this one made the wish list. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it in the description below, and that is Christmas Cabin. I have been looking high and low for this candle and haven't seen it yet, so I was so excited that he said that was in store that I had him pick up too. And this is one of my favorite Christmas fragrances from Bath & Body Works. It's spiced clove. Y'all know how I love clove candles. Crackling fireplace, which y'all know how I like the more smoky firewood elements to candles, and cozy cabin. This is just divine. It is clove forward. I get the essence of like you sprinkled some clove into a fireplace and you're getting this like warm, woody, smoky, clovey vibe all at the same time. And this is just gorgeous on warm. I only had one of these last year and I was like, I'm going to need two this year for sure because I love it so much. Also, I like last year's label with the kind of flannel, shiny, sparkly plaid effect with the special Bath & Body Works embossed lid that has this, looks like holly leaf, oh, that's pine cones, but those leaves don't look like pine tree. But anyways, decorative nonetheless. So this was $6.74 price point. Snag 2, so happy to have found that at SAS. They also had a tree farm that I had him pick up. Now, you might remember I hauled this while I was in Michigan. I picked it up at a store there, shared that in a SAS haul video. I think that was last week or the week before, and said that I really liked this candle. The stepdad ended up being like, ooh, I like that. And he was burning this a lot. So I just left that one there with him and had Jason pick me up another one from our store here. It's crisp pine needle, warm cedar, and spiced apple. I don't really get the apple note in this. I just get a very sappy pine, and it's a cedar, but it's not like closet cedar. It smells more like a cedar forest, like cedar wood, and that's an evergreen. So it's just a lot of pine and just a hint of what feels like a sweetness. To me, it reads like sap, but it might be coming from that apple note that's in here. And I haven't burned this one yet, green wax with core wicks, but I did burn the other one, and so far it's been a very clean burn. It hasn't been too hot. There is the eggnog in this same collection that I had a problem with last year. It actually started to melt the label. So far I haven't had problems with the other one that I left back in Michigan. I'm hoping this one will be a good performer as well. This one was another one. I was like, please let at least one store have it, and they did. Frosted Forest. Really wanted this one. So happy that this store had it. These labels are, you know, I think they're okay. People complain about them being AI, but y'all, I made these type of like paper stars in like 2nd grade, and it was always really fun. It seems very simple and just kind of whimsical and nostalgic to me. I don't mind it. I know people complained, but it doesn't bother me. Frosted Forest is winter pine needles, frosted eucalyptus, and icy peppermint, and this is just a nice, sweet, little bit frosting-like with a beautiful pine note, and then that peppermint is just super sharp, crisp, and kind of clean. It reminds me a little bit of, was that the aromatherapy line that was I think it was pine and peppermint. It reminds me a lot of that, but with a sweetness layer added to it that helps to tone down some of the sharpness. It's beautiful. It is divine. It reminds me quite a bit of Goose Creek had one that was, I don't know if it was frosted pine. I'll see if I can find the name of it and put it up here if I can. Loved that one too. This one is more sharp than that one. That one is more sweet, but I can see myself burning those two together this winter. And I do have backups of that one from Goose Creek already in my storage cabinet. And then the last one we picked up from this store is To All a Good Night in the 3-wick. The blue wax here, same decorative lid. It's a cool winter breeze, sweet lavender dreams nestled in a cozy blanket. Very ambiguous scent notes. This is, to me, a very soapy candle. This smells like something you would wash your hands with or like wash dishes with. It's very clean, very crisp, a little bit fruity. It's comforting to me. I don't know that I think of it as a winter fragrance, but I also feel like it's refreshing in comparison to some of the very heavy spice and pine and apple and kind of just the really heavy cookie gourmand notes that you can get with winter candles. This is just refreshing. And I also think it will be good to burn, say, in January when you're kind of like purging your house of your winter decorations, starting the new year out strong. So I might end up putting this ultimately in the January rotation. We'll see. But I do like it. But a little bit perfumey, a little bit soapy. Let's see, I think that's it for that haul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 candles, all 75% off. So the subtotal on this was $32.95, y'all. $32 for 5 candles, and he saved $98.05. Love it. Fulfilled lots of my wish list. Oh my gosh, so excited. Okay, so that was store 1. And then on the way home, he had a BOPUS to pick up. I had placed an order for more Perfect in Pink candles, and he also had a birthday free item. It's like $9.95 or under to cash in. So I put in a BOPUS at the store that's closest to us, and I was like, just stop there on the way home, pick up your BOPUS order. Well, they canceled the Perfect in Pink because I'm guessing they were sold out. They only had the free item, which is fine. At least we got that. And that is the Into the Night Room Spray. If y'all have been following me for a bit, you know this is one of my favorite fragrances at Bath & Body Works. It is just beautiful. There's a hint of fruitiness. There's some mystery darkness to it. It's a little bit musky and warm. I can't get enough of this fragrance, and I spray this every night before I go to bed. It's very comforting to me. I use the body mist, the body cream on my body, and then I spray this in the room, and it puts me right to sleep. It's just amazing. So this was his free birthday item. I was like, yeah, just go pick me up my end of the night. And that's what he did. And while he was there, he was like, oh, well, hey, they've got some 75% off candles. What do you want me to snag? Same thing. We were on the phone. He told me what they had, and I was like, put that in the bag. One of those is the lavender or French lavender from Candle Day last year. I was hoping to find the limoncello and more of the coffee one in this particular line, but I'm okay with the lavender. I've been on a real lavender kick this spring/early summer, so I'm going to save this for next year. This one rang up as $6.24, so it was 75% off. I think that's a steal. White wax core wicks, and the scent notes are South of France lavender, that's very specific, vanilla and soft jasmine. Yeah, it's just a beautiful lavender fragrance to me. I don't really get a strong hint of vanilla. It's not like the, say, lavender vanilla from Goose Creek, which I feel like has more sweetness to it. This is very floral forward with what feels like just a very small hint of vanilla, and I don't get jasmine at all. Maybe that will change on warm, but for now, all I'm getting is sweet lavender. Excited. That was a rare find. And then this was right when a lot of the candles dropped to 75% off, so there was like that new shift, and suddenly we had more 75% off candles, so I had him pick up a backup of Flowerchild. I want to burn this again next spring, and I'm okay with using previous year's labels. And for $6 something, I'm definitely gonna snag this. It's white daffodil, cashmere musks, and sweet cedarwood. And this one is a little bit creamy. It feels a little bit body care, like body lotion. I do think I associate this with like hippie smells. I think that's okay. It's just very nice, springy, comforting to me, musky. If you don't like musk, I don't think you'd like this candle, but I really enjoyed it this spring when I burned it. I like the pink wax with the thin, stiff wicks. So I'm happy to have this. I'm going to store it until next spring. In that same collection, I had him snag another garden weather. I loved these jars, y'all. So like each one, this one has a snail on it. And then if you look throughout the jar, like there's little hidden snails. There's one there, one here. It's just kind of fun. There's another one here. And same thing with the Flowerchild. It has a butterfly on it. And then everywhere you look, there's little hidden butterflies. So there's one there, one here, one up here, one here. I just think it's a fun, creative label. I also love the wax color on this one, and the lids on this collection are really cool. They look like flower petals. Garden Weather's a strange one, but I do like it. It's wild nectar, honeydew melon, and green apple. It's just the way the scents play together, it feels very ambiguous to me. It smells good, but if you were to ask me without knowing the scent notes, what am I smelling? I probably couldn't tell you. I can tell you that I get like what feels like a floral vibe, despite the fact that this feels like it's mostly fruity and maybe has a little bit of like a pollen or a honey note in it. But it reads floral to me. It's got a little bit of sweetness. It's pretty sharp, so if you don't like sharpness, you probably wouldn't enjoy this one. For $6.75 or $6.25, whatever it was, I'm going to snag it. Totally fine with it being a little bit questionable. This one was $6.74. They also had the picnic petals that had just gone down to 75% off. Again, this one was a little bit weird, but enough, you know, I liked it enough for me to want it in my spring rotation next year. It's sweet freesia, fresh picked raspberry, and candied jasmine. It's just a nice blend of like berry sweetness with a little bit of floral. Very feminine without going too far into body care. So it feels mostly edible to me, but then that freesia that's in here makes it just a little bit perfumey. Well balanced. It burned really well. I love the pink wax. This one has core wicks. Happy to have that next spring. They did have his beloved lemon espresso twist, of which he bought 3 of them because per usual we can't get enough of this candle. Yellow creamy wax with thin stiff ropey wicks. It's espresso beans, warm vanilla, and lemon peel. Oh, I could sniff this all day. I love it so much. And at this price point, and to not have to wait until winter SAS to get this price point, $6.24. Yes, please. So we did pick up 3 of those. There's one more and one more. So 3 total on that. That scent is polarizing. I think people either really like it or really hate it. I'm hearing from some of y'all that it's growing on you. I am in the love it camp. I loved it since day one. I think it's just a beautiful combination. But if you don't like it, I can respect that. It's not for everybody. My sister doesn't like it. I still like her for it. My stepdad doesn't like it. I still love the guy, right? We don't have to like the same thing. And thank you, because that means there's more on clearance for me to buy. Now, I was burning this in my June rotation. I'm not quite through it, but I like it enough that I wanted to have another one. This is the Vintage Memories. This is one that did grow on me. It's sweet cream, fresh cinnamon, and vintage leather. I like leather fragrances that smell like actual leather, and this one does. Sometimes leather, like an Eddie's leather jacket, can be super cologne-y, and that's not my vibe. This is definitely my vibe. I loved it, so I picked up another one. And when I first smelled this, I was like, oh no, that's not right. But the more I smell it, that creaminess with the cinnamon just adds this nice warm element to the leather that can feel a little bit harsh to the nose. It's a very natural leather. It's just a good combination. I think like the lemon espresso twists and like the picnic petals, these are kind of weird combos, but somehow they just work. So I really like this one. I might snag one more if I find this in the stores. I was at another store that has a lot of 75% off candles. They had a ton of those, so I might stop by and pick that up. And I think that's it So this one was 2, 4, 6, 8. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8 candles. Excuse me, 9 candles. There is another lemon espresso twist, and that's right. He told me he already pulled it. He's burning it right now. So technically he got 4 of the lemon espresso twist. So 9 candles total for $57.26. That's pre-tax. Saved $171.39. Hello. And this wasn't even included in that because this was a BOPUS, but this was free. Again, amazing haul. Yay, Hubs. Good work. All right, y'all, so that is the Hubs haul. He did these both on the same day. So happy that he was out shopping. I got to live vicariously through him because I was kind of stuck at home and spending time with family while I was in Michigan. Understandably so. I did the right thing by not SAS shopping the whole time I was there. But there was still this part of me that was like, oh, we're missing out on all the 75% off candles. He's a trooper. He went out without me. And great haul. I think we make a good team. He's the muscle, go in, make it happen, and I'll just make the commands on the phone. So good for me. Love that he was willing to do this for me, and I hope that you enjoyed this SAS haul. There are more SAS hauls to share with you. I actually am looking at one over here that is huge. That was the one I did the day that I got back in town. I'm going to have that posted soon. I have a lot coming down the pipeline, so if you enjoy Bath & Body Works content, Goose Creek reviews, Kringle hauls and unboxing, you name it, it's here at my channel. Make sure you're subscribed so that I show up in your YouTube feed. If you appreciated this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you feel inclined, super thanks are always appreciated. Any money that you donate using the super thanks feature will go to support the purchasing of candles for me to review here on this channel. I will see you again in tomorrow's video. I really appreciate you tuning in. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.